Hey, good people, good people, good people. Waiting on some people to come in. So I was just kind of sitting here for a moment, but let me move myself so y'all can see me. Yes, y'all see that? Y'all see that beautiful picture there? We're going to be talking about superpowers tonight, and it has to relate to this. But you know what? Wait a minute. My computer been tripping. So let me come in here and see if y'all can hear me. Testing, testing. My computer been tripping. Yes. Yep. I went on to Facebook. You can hear me. I'm on YouTube right now. I am on LinkedIn. So I'm on all the different platforms. If you're here, talk back to your girl. Come on, somebody say something. Remember, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I've been doing evenings. So I'm going to say to you all, good evening. Would you all do it back? Tell me good evening back. I'm your girl, Bridget Brown Jackson. I love talking all things behavior, right? And so I'm a behavior wealth strategist. And what that means is I work with women to help them identify what their superpowers are and then identify whatever those things is hindering them and to help them close that gap, right? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love talking all things behavior because of the fact that your behavior can, let me put that back up just so you can see it. I want you to stop losing your wealth. Your behavior can help you increase in wealth or it can help you lose in wealth. And so what I mean by that is that our behaviors have the propensity to either add value to us again or take value away from us in wealthy areas. And so what I mean by that in relationships, in your job performance, in every aspect of your life as a woman. Now, mind you, if you happen to came on my channel and you are a man, don't go nowhere. Stay here and listen. You can help a sister out. But everything that I say is pertinent, whether you are male or female, right? Well, I have this picture up here, and I'm gonna keep this picture up here for a minute while I explain a couple things because again, we're gonna talk about behavior wealth. We're gonna talk about the fact that you can lose stuff or you can gain stuff. And tonight, I'm gonna tell you the story of this picture, how I could have lost, but I gained. And we're gonna get into that in just a moment. But I need y'all to engage with me. I need you to engage with me. So if you're watching, I need you to talk back to me. So come on, talk back to me. Talk back, talk back, talk back, talk back to me because I love to talk, right? I love call and response. I'm a retired educator. I say that, but I'm really not retired. So talk back to me. Where are you from? Say, hey, Bridget. Say, hey, girl. Hey, say something, but say something, right? But just don't be quiet on me. If this is a blessing to you, let me know that. And then in addition, I want you to see what's scrolling down at the bottom, 810-321-5365. If you text that, I can share some information with you. So let me know if there is something that you want to be blessed with. I want to be able to bless you. All right. So let me get into this story. So I'll shrink it for a minute so you can see my face. That is me and my handsome, handsome husband. And I want to share again how you fit in the pieces of the puzzle. Right. And you're like, well, Bridget, what does that have to do with your wedding photo? Well, it has a lot because when I didn't understand my behavior wealth, I could have messed some stuff up, y'all. I could have messed up a lot of stuff. And so as I talk to my clients, I let them know that, I work with women who are career women, professional women, again, to help them close the gaps in their life, right? As it relates to their behavior. And when I'm talking about behavior, I'm not even talking about bad behavior. Sometimes we just get in a habit of doing things and we don't understand that there's a blind spot to things or there's a negative side to things. And so what happened with me is God showed me this actual picture. Well, not that actual picture, but he showed me on the beach and I was turned backwards. So all I could see was my face. I couldn't see the man's face and showed me on the beach in a white flowing gown and I was getting married. Well, right before that, though, I was crying and I was crying out to God in a 5 a.m. prayer. And I didn't understand why I was going through a divorce. And I was just like, why, God? Why? I didn't want my children to grow up in multiple households. I wanted my children to be in a one family household. I didn't want to split them up. I didn't want them, having that and everything. And so when I went through my divorce, I was devastated, devastated. I had been moving all around the country, ministering, doing all kind of stuff, everything God had asked me to do. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord. And then divorce? I'm like, what? And so I was crying out to God and said, why? And as I was crying out to him, he says, Bridget, he actually called my name 3 times and said, I'm going to give you a husband that's going to love you like Christ loved the church. Oh, that was one of my favorite scriptures. So I was all in, right? And then I closed my eyes. I stopped crying for a moment, but I still was kind of, how you go doing that weeping. I was still weeping a little bit. And then what God said to me is, what God showed me was this picture. Let me make it bigger so y'all can see. Y'all see that picture? Whoo, that man, that man, that man. And so God showed me that picture. And for 6 years, I forgot about it. If you ever watch, I think it's Emerald with his little device, the kitchen device, you set it and forget it. You put the timer on, you forget all about it till it's time to pull the food out, right? And that's kind of how I was. It was set it and forget it. And then when I actually met my husband, here's where I want to talk about. I almost lost my wealth, my relational wealth, right? I didn't understand my piece of the puzzle, right? And so what I mean by that is I've been sharing all week with you all. So if you missed anything this week, go back and watch them, or you can DM me. If you DM me and let me know, now my husband want to say, hey, beautiful. Yeah, right. He's supposed to be on here with me tonight, but he's going to come. He's going to do a guest appearance this weekend, guys. All right. And so I absolutely, absolutely love him, right? But what happened is all week I've been talking about how you fit in the puzzle piece. And so I talk about 4 different personality styles, right? I tell people you can be a D, a I, a S, or C. Now we're all of them, all 4 of them. But what is that one that is really, really sticking out? And how is it helping you? And how is it hindering you? Well, I'm a flight attendant. Okay. So I'm that I. Right. And so one of the things about flight attendants is we could have the propensity, I didn't understand my piece of the puzzle, how I was self-sabotaging my life because I was going into things and I wouldn't trust people completely because somebody else hurt me. So when I met my husband, he was just the most gentle giant. He is an absolute grounds crew. Or if we look here on this one, the disc or layout, he is an S, right? So he's pace driven. So he's again a grounds crew. And so he is loyal, he's faithful, he's a good listener, he's the glue that holds things together, right? When I talk about women in that role, I use the analogy of Ruth. And if you know the story of Ruth in the Bible, Ruth hung on to Naomi. She clung to Naomi, and she was that S-type personality, right? Well, that's my husband, right? He is good at being his puzzle piece. I still was struggling with my puzzle piece. God said he's going to give me a husband. Y'all listen to what he said to me. That's going to love me like Christ loved the church. So that means loyal, faithful. But because I didn't believe it, you know what I did? I had the audacity to tell him to bark. I said, oh, men are dogs. Come on. Maybe you're not a big dog. Maybe you're just one of them little porch puppies. And you just going to go ruff, ruff. Can you say ruff, ruff? I promise y'all. Let me come down here so y'all can see my face. I promise y'all I said it. I promise you I said it. And then I said, oh my God. I didn't even know that I almost messed up. And my mother called me out the blue. Now, my mother didn't even know anything about me dating this guy because my husband and I met and married within 6 months. And so my mother at the time, this is the first month in. She didn't know him. She met him the second month in, right? And so she called me and said, the Holy Spirit told her he's not a dog. Now, I ain't had that conversation with her whatsoever. And so here I am saying bark, ruff, ruff, when I didn't understand his puzzle piece was to be faithful and loyal, was to be a good supporter, was to be that glue that would hold our family together. He was truly being his puzzle piece. But because I had been hurt, I didn't understand the piece of my puzzle that causes me to not trust. The piece of my puzzle that I can be inspirational, but also the flip side, if I don't watch myself, I can be manipulative. And I'm like, wow, I was trying to manipulate a whole system, telling him to be rough, and he wasn't. So why am I talking about this? Because I do talk to women in business. Why is this important? Because I want women not only in their careers to learn about what is the piece of the puzzle that you are, but to know that it carries over in other areas, right? And so at the time I met my husband, I was a principal. I think I had been in, I think when I met him, it had been like my 6th or 7th year in as a school administrator, right? And I was even in those roles walking around as a wounded person and not walking in my inspiration, my motivation. Now I did that. I did. But I didn't understand the trueness of my puzzle piece. And so when I say behavior wealth, it's not just what's going to help you in your business. It's not just what's helping you professionally. I want every woman that I touch to understand and know it carries over into your relationships too as well. So I want everybody to know what your piece of the puzzle is, because when you understand your piece of the puzzle, wow, you start doing some dynamic things. And again, you can be wealthy in so many different areas. And so tonight I ask you, are you a flight attendant? Are you a pilot? Are you an air traffic controller? Are you a grounds crew? And again, if you don't know all of those, I'll share it with you real quick. But if you want to go watch the videos that I did this week, you can see them. So are you problem solving driven? They don't play. These gonna get some results done, right? Eyes, they're very inspirational, vision oriented. S's, as I said, the heart, they hold people's hearts. They are people that can be depended upon to be the glue that can hold things together. C's, you want somebody to help you with some planning? Get you a C on your team. Or are you that C? So if you are that C, then how are you helping in your area? So what is your area? If you don't know, that's where I come in. I want people to understand and know who they are, right? I talked about this on yesterday. I have a book called Powerful Growing You and Unlock Your Purpose. I tap into this a little bit and I talk about the DISC assessment inside my book. But more than that, I want people to know how powerful they are. And if you don't truly walk in your puzzle piece, whatever you are, with that giftedness, that superpower that you are, again, not just understanding that you feel a void, but also when you feel that void, you feel in a space. Okay. And so are you living up to your true self? See, I almost messed up and messed up what God was trying to give me, right? Because one of my blind spots, I love talking to people and I want women to truly, truly know what are those blind spots that's helping you and what are those blind spots that's hindering you? Because God has said you are powerful, right? You are powerful, powerful beyond measure. But are you working every day to develop your craft, to develop your superpower, to develop your genius so that you can be used in a mightier way? Are you showing up for you? Are you getting the training and the understanding that you need? See, I had already learned I had taken the DISC actually. Okay, I had taken the DISC assessment. I knew I was an I, but I wasn't working on my blind spots. So y'all hear me? I was a little bit, and I was in certain areas. So I was trying to be a better principal. But what I didn't understand was when I learned how to really, really close that gap, not only did I become a better principal, my behavior wealth increased. And I started not only becoming a better piece of the puzzle inside of my professional life, but it started carrying over in my personal life. So then I started becoming a better parent and I started becoming a better soon to be spouse. And then I really understood and start listening to myself and start working on that. And so my husband and I actually can have these conversations. So he's gonna guest appear tomorrow, y'all. So he's gonna come in here. And so, like I said, he's the grounds crew and I'm the flight attendant. Now, we could have the propensity or we could have the opportunity to clash if we don't learn how to understand each other. And so, again, I'm talking about this on the personal level. Even though what I work with women with, I work with them on their professional. But if you don't work on the personal too, they will carry over to each other. And if you don't identify what the blind spots are to your piece of the puzzle, you can have some serious, serious issues. And so, again, I talk about all of that in my book, Powerful Growing You and Unlock Your Purpose. And I want every woman. So, yesterday I talked about this. I put this up here and I was sharing. If you want to listen to just the first excerpt of chapter 1, DM me and let me know. It's actually on my podcast. You can listen to the audio, or I can send you a link and you can download the PDF for chapter 1. Because again, I want everybody to walk in their power in every aspect of their life. That's my why, y'all, right there. My husband is the love of my life right there. And so it was important for me to become a better principal, but it was also important for me to really, really understand my piece of the puzzle as it related to him so that we could have a stronger, better marriage. Because God said, after all, he was going to give me a husband that was going to love me like Christ loved the church. And he absolutely sent me a grounds crew. But here's the thing, and we'll talk about this tomorrow when he comes on. I almost even mess that up sometimes because as a grounds crew, he moves slow. As a flight attendant, I move fast. And then I get irritated because he's not moving fast enough for me. Or I don't value other pieces of what he can bring to me. And I say that not valuing him because I love him. I do value him. But because my blind spot, not my superpower part of the eye, but the blind spot part of me was allowing things to happen that was being counterintuitive or counterproductive is right, a better word, counterproductive of our relationship. And do y'all see that man married me on the Atlantic Ocean? I absolutely love him. My heart still flutters. This year will be our 13th wedding anniversary. My heart still flutters with it. And so I want you to understand the piece of the puzzle that you are and how powerful you are. If you'd like to know more about any of what I've talked about today, please do yourself a favor and text me 810-321-5365. And when I say do you a favor, because I promise you, you will be blessed. Every aspect of my life has been blessed and up leveled since I decided to work on Brigitte. Now, I was doing pretty good. I was pretty successful, but every day I'm growing and becoming a better person because, again, I understand how I fit in the world and how valuable my piece of the puzzle is because your girl is powerful. And that's not saying that in a egocentric way. That's just saying that because that's what God said. And if you didn't know, Brigitte means strength. So it means power. But I wasn't walking in my power. Y'all can watch that. I talked about that this week too. I had at one point tried to take my life because I didn't think I was valuable. You are valuable, my sister. You are valuable. And you are an incredible, incredible piece of the puzzle. And you need to walk in your power and your authority and do what God has gifted to you to do. In other words, as I said in the link today, let your gift make room for you. What is your gift to the world? Are you a flight attendant? Are you a pilot? Are you an air traffic controller? Are you a grounds crew? What are you? So if you're a pilot, maybe you're like Deborah in the Bible. If you're a flight attendant, maybe you're like Esther in the Bible. If you are air traffic controller, maybe you're like Abigail in the Bible. If you are a grounds crew, maybe you're like Ruth in the Bible. Holla at your girl. Let me know which one of those resonate with you. And then what are you going to do to sharpen your skill and come out a better version. I'm here to help you. All you got to do is text me at 810-321-5365. You also can reach out to me at my website, BridgetteBrownJackson.com. And I love to tell people this. Bridget is spelled uniquely, so spell it right. Brigitte. All right, I will stop playing around. All right, so before I go, I gotta show y'all this one more time. Yes, 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 yes. Y'all see that? That man still makes my heart pitter patter. I want you to be able, in all aspects of your life, your professional life, your personal life, your relationships, your job performance, your business management, if you're a business owner, if you're in college, your collegiate endeavors, whatever that thing is that you are doing, I want you to show up the puzzle piece that you are so you can dominate and really, really allow God to use you so you can build the kingdom up. All right. So I'm going to be out of here. I see somebody waving their hand. I don't know who it is. It just says Facebook user. But thank you all for being here today. Again, please do yourself a favor and text 810-321-5365. If you DM me, I'll send you whatever these things that I've shared with you that you asked for, or you might just have a question. Let me know if I can help you. God bless you. Love you. I'll see you all tomorrow, same time, 7 p.m. live on whatever platform you're watching this right now. I'll be back with you, and I have a guest speaker. And he's handsome, y'all. My husband will be here with us. I'm going to stop acting silly. I'll see you all later. I love